Are you okay?
Yes, we are live right now. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, IJ. Good afternoon to everybody who's who's tuning in for this, tuning in for this live stream. So today is going to be another amazing, fantastic time that we're going to have. We are going to be looking at how you can grow your social media audience using content calendar. Um, for from the little knowledge I have about content calendar, when I was growing up on in this space, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you don't understand what to post. You don't know what to post. You don't know. I mean, you've got an idea of what to do with your with your content for the day, but your content calendar gives you a direction. So you know that on Monday, you're focusing on this. On Tuesday, you're focusing on this, and that helped me a whole lot when I was working for some individuals that I was creating content for, some personal brands that I was creating content for that day. Back then, as far back as 2014. So when we wake up in the morning, we know that today we are creating on, let's say, inspiration. The next day we are creating on, let's say, strategy. On Wednesday we'll be doing something on process, for example, and then maybe on Thursday we look at the life of the individual, like the normal daily activities and lives. So it was really helping me at the time. But today I'm quite different. I've grown, I've matured. So sometimes I just wake up and I don't really stress myself now because practice over time has helped me to wake up and can create content that people can engage with. But there are a lot of individuals who are still there, no direction, no proper ways to do stuff, and that is why we are having this conversation. How you can grow your social media audience using content calendar. And I have with me today, this afternoon, I have with me here um, Ijoma Ituk, my friend that is going to. She has really mastered how to use create content calendar for business people, and she'll be sharing with us how you can grow your social media audience using content calendar. IJ, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so guys, as usual, if you are tuning in right now, let's know where you are tuning in from. Let's know your city, let's know your name, and then go ahead to share this live stream and invite your friends. Invite your friends, tag them, tell them that we are live right now on the show, on the conversation now. Let them come and tune in and be part of what it is that we are going to be doing today. Okay, so let's know and go to you. We will say hello to you in the comment section and welcome you to this session. All right, so let's go straight into it. Um, AJ, go ahead, introduce yourself, and then go ahead and teach us and share with us how we can grow our social media audience using content calendar, what content calendar means, how you can utilize content calendar, how you can create one, and how beneficial it is to growing your audience using content calendar. All right, go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. It's actually a good to be here. I had looked forward to today. The first time John said I was going to be here, I just was anticipating to be here. And it's a good thing that I'm here. And I'm very happy to be doing this at this time. I remember why I even began to create content calendars. That was because at some point I wanted to be tired. I just was tired
Okay,
of being.
we're struggling to hear you. There's an echo. I don't know. There's an echo in the background. We're struggling to hear you. What are you using? Are you using your smartphone or your laptop?
I'm using a smartphone.
There's an echo. It's
Okay,
bouncing
baby, I
back.
need to I need to step out a little.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Let's test
Is this
again.
still echoing?
No, go ahead.
Should I do?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I think it's still echoing. Maybe I'm just
I think she's having some issues with her device, but she'll be back. Sometimes these things happen. Okay, so we wait a little while for her to get back on the live stream. But so far, so good. How have been the series? How have been the series, right? Have the series been good? I can see Hamed. Hamed, welcome. I see Online Turn, welcome. We can see Chiwendo Faith, welcome. So, how have the series been for you? All right. Who do you think I should invite? Tomorrow we have someone else. Tomorrow where I'm going to be inviting my younger sister, who has been able to grow her social media audience by 4,000 followers in the past 90 days. And she's going to come on here to share with us how she did it. And then on Friday, I will have Ijoma T. Daniels. Ijoma T. Daniels is going to be sharing with us content strategy to utilize to be able to grow your social media audience. And then on Saturday, I'm going to be having Olumide Gloville, who is going to be sharing with us how to grow your social media presence and audience, even when you have a paying job, even if you're an employee, even when you have a 9 to 5. So all these things are lined up for this week because I want as many individuals to be able to grow the social media audience that gives them good money. All right. So if the series have been good for you, I've been going out of my way to connect with these individuals and bring them out my way. Sorry, bring them your way so that you can learn from them, learn from their own perspectives, and better your own work. All right. So if this series have been a blessing to you, let me know if they have truly been a blessing to you and how they have been a blessing to you. Okay, so um, it's a beautiful, beautiful series. I think that Ijoma is struggling with her. I don't know. She's struggling with a device. Well, let me hear from you in the comment section. What are your challenges when it has to do with growing a social media audience? Um, okay. So IJ, are you back? Can you hear me
yeah,
clearly?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. It looks like the room is echoing,
Is it
but
still echoing?
let's manage it. Go ahead.
Is it still echoing?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry for the break. I started I started creating content calendars when I just was very tired of the stage I felt like I needed more. I felt like I just was tired of being average. So I began to create content calendars. First of all, I needed to be able to reach my audience in a way I wanted them understood my message. And so when I began to create content calendars, I saw that the messaging was actually working for me, in the sense that people began to respond much more than they used to. And I also started seeing good results. I started seeing that, oh, those people who were supposedly just watching me, they now are beginning to respond and they are getting to buy my products. Yeah. So that was what I actually noticed firsthand. And then it was just the general content calendar, the 365 days content calendar. So after I created the 365 days content calendar, I began to market it and sell to business people. and the testimonials were tripping in. And when the testimonials began to trip in, and I began to ask myself, oh my God, so this is actually this efficacious. And that energized me, to be able to, launch into creating tailor-made content calendars. I remember the first sets of calendars I created were the baker's calendar, the skincare calendar, honey calendar. And I did that because people were beginning to ask for them. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. So people were beginning to ask for the calendars because they saw that this calendar is actually working. And then that was how I began to, see the need to make every other calendar for diverse niches. I also discovered that there were people who did not really know how to get to their audience. And so they needed to find a way to get to their audience. And these people, require that I look into their pages, see how they have been communicating with their audience. And from there, I begin to, flesh out their goals and missions. Because for some of these people, or for some of these companies that I work for, you need to be able to look at their brand messaging, because that is where the content is. That is the wheel. The wheel is the content. So you look at the brand messaging, you look at the goal, you look at the mission. What do you want to achieve? And okay, how do you want to achieve this? And if this is an online business and you're looking for a way to achieve and get results, you're going to be able to strategize and get your content right, because that is your will, right? Yeah, so I looked at all those things, put them into consideration, and I designed the content calendars and began to give business people, and they started getting good results, and the referrals, they haven't stopped coming. I want to say that if you're a business person and you want to be able to make a mark, you want to be able to, influence people and make them to change their mind on a particular thing. Okay, let's just say you want someone to buy what you're selling, and the right way to go about it is not to say come and buy, right? Because come and buy, it doesn't make someone buy from you. But the content calendar is actually made up of different kinds of content in such a way that there's a balance. You strike a balance. You get to educate the people you're talking to, you get to inspire them, you get to motivate them, you get to entertain them, and you get to engage them. So this way, we already know that people buy from who they know, like, and trust, right? Yeah, so this way, it is easier for the people to tilt towards you and get to do your bidding, right? So for you to be able to even approach a cold audience and you're, offering what you're selling, you have to be able to use the content calendar, because the content calendar actually, has this, dimension where, okay, let's say you're just meeting someone for the first time. When you're meeting someone for the first time, or okay, let me use a very, a very good example. Okay, I'm a guy. I'm a guy, and I want to have something to do with a lady, and I want to marry a lady, right? And I'm meeting her for the first time. I'm not going to start with, oh, will you marry me? So I'm going to have to warm up to the person, right? I'm going to have to get to know you. I'm going to have to get to know, oh, what does she like? Or what doesn't she like? Stuff like that. So from there, I'm able to know how to make this person happy. So it's actually just the same thing. When you want to sell to people you're meeting for the first time, you don't just go to them and say, oh, this is what I'm selling for. Come and buy. No, it doesn't go that way. You have to get to, let the people get to know you, ask them questions from the interactions. You're able to also understand how to serve them. That is why engagement is important. And that is why there's an aspect of the content called engagement content, because this helps you connect with the people, you're talking to, connect with your audience and get to know them and know how you can approach them. So engagement content, the content calendar tackles an aspect of this engagement content, because in this engagement content, it literally tells you that there are elements you infuse into that content to be able to make it engaging, to be able to make people, change their mind. Okay, let's say meeting an introverted person for the first time, and a typical response for how are you is I'm fine, right? So when you tell the person how are you, the person just says I'm fine, right? Like when you ask a question, you're making a post, you're asking the question, you just get that response in the comments. There is just a razor sharp difference between the response somebody you have engaged with gives you and that which a cold audience gives you, right? Yeah, so the engagement content helps you to be able to buy into these people's emotions and get them literally pour out their hearts to you. That's what engagement content does. And there are three elements you infuse into a content to make it engaging, and the content calendar captures just that. Yeah, the content calendar doesn't have one come and buy. I'm diverting to sales content right now. I have just dealt with engagement content and how it relates to content calendar. The content calendar tells you how to warm up to your people. It breaks it down. The content calendar fleshes it all out. It tells you there's a content assigned for each day. Yeah, that's why when you get a content calendar, it's important to begin from day one, because from that day one, it's like you're meeting someone for the first time. Today is 25th. Do I start from 25th? Do I follow it, from the top to the bottom and all of that? So when you get the content calendar, the first thing to do is to start from the beginning, because from the beginning, you are beginning to get to know someone. You're beginning to introduce yourself. Someone gets to know you. Okay? Then as you're going, is a relationship that's just about to form, right? So you don't jump from A to Z. Yeah. So that's what the content calendar does for you. So I'm here right on sales content, and what the content calendar does for you when it has to do with sales content is that there is no single come and buy in the sales content. Yeah, there's no single come and buy, because come and buy, wouldn't make anyone buy from you. Okay, so the content calendar is filled with indirect sales content. Okay, yeah, okay, let's just say yesterday I read a post. I was trying to tell the people to, be here so that they can listen to us talk. So instead of saying, "Oh, you have to be at this meeting or come and listen to me while I have this meeting with Emeka Nobis," okay, so I just did an indirect sales content, not really sales content. I just did an indirect content that gets them to know that we are doing what we're doing right now. So if you want to get people to do your bidding or maybe buy what you're selling, you do not have to go direct, okay, when it has to do with sales. So I've had a good number, in their thousands, of people who have leveraged on this sales content to be able to, make sales. Yeah, because sometimes you create content and people are, the persuasion is rubbing off on people. And most of the times, yeah, persuasion is beautiful when it's in the good measure, right? But sometimes you see people, they create content and you could see desperation, from the tone of the content they have created, and it shouldn't be so. But when you're using the content calendar, everything is in moderation. Every kind of content is in moderation, right? You know when to engage. The content calendar tells you when to inspire. It tells you when you need to entertain those people. It tells you when you need to, bring in some other strategy that can help you leverage, in your business. The content calendar tells you when to tell your brand story. The content calendar typically, organizes your content for you in such a way that you're able to build credibility and get someone to trust you and do business with you. The other day, my content calendar said to share an aspect of myself that some of my audience do not already know, and some of my audiences do not already know. And I remember that I did some adverts, not quite long, and I had some good number of people, and I needed to, just let them know this aspect of me that they do not already know. So I began to share how I am a certified virtual assistant. I began to share how I went through ALX and all of that, and a lot of them did not know about that. And that was an indirect sales content, right? Because somebody somewhere wondering, oh, she's also certified. Oh, she's a virtual assistant. Oh, I also shared how Vanguard News featured me, on paper, and that has brought a good number, of people who are partnering with me. So I shared all that in that post or in that content, I did not say, come and buy what I'm selling, or come and do business with me, or come and partner with me, or come and collaborate with me. I just simply shared my story. I simply shared how I went through ALEX and all of that. I shared how, okay, Vanguard News, and all of that. So, and when I did that, I just got back to my WhatsApp and I'm saying, how do I join your class? How do I do this? How do I do that? Yeah, so these are things we need to learn to do. The things we need to learn to do, they include learning how to make people change their mind when we want them to change their mind. I also shared how I have this particular boss, or I had this particular boss, who was very much annoying. I don't know how to put it, but you know, the guy was, or the man was very much annoying, and he was just doing things that was making me feel like, are you actually in the right place? That kind of a thing. And I just was going to leave the company because I wasn't getting, satisfaction. The money was good, yeah, but I didn't like the way he was treating, his staff, and I was going to leave. And I told myself that, okay, one thing is going to make me stay. The one thing that's going to make me stay, if it makes me a very good offer, and gives me more money than he used to give me. Yeah, so that was what I thought to myself. And because of the way he also behaves, I felt like, okay, how much is even enough to, stay here and, just be here when you're not getting what you want to get? So I wrote my resignation letter. And in that resignation letter, I had just two motives. I just wanted to, be able to buy into his emotions to make him feel really uncomfortable, right? I wanted to make him feel like this thing you did. I wanted to make him feel guilty. No, this is not manipulation, right? But we need to understand that people are wired differently. And if you need to be able to deal with people, you need to know how to understand them, and you need to know how to buy into their emotions or appeal to their senses. So I wrote a resignation letter, and I expressed myself, and I told him I wanted to leave. I said a lot of things, and it wasn't surprising that he actually got back, to make that offer he was making. But the point here is, let's say there are two people, there are two approaches to things, and there are ways to get people to do things for you. I was actually teaching in a particular batch of the content writing class, and I was telling them, let's say you're a business person and you want something, you can't just be where you are saying, okay, this is what I want. I want this, I want that. Now, you want this, you want that. You are not getting it. You're still there wanting what you want. So I told them how to leverage on, barter. You want this, you want that, and there's some other person who also is wanting some other thing. Why don't you just go to the person who has what you're looking for? Okay, I have this. Can we do this? Okay, let's apply it to our online business. Okay, can you help me share my posts? Okay, while I do this for you, can you write my posts while I do this for you, right? Now, the content calendar has days it has assigned for you to collaborate with people. The content calendar tells you when to do a better. The content calendar tells you when to share your brand story. Now, everything the content calendar tells you is geared towards making someone to trust you and do business with you. I also shared how I had those women in my class, and they were, just people who were trying to, earn a living, starting their small businesses, and they had this challenge with their spouses, and their husbands are saying, "Oh, we don't want you to do this online business. This online business you're doing is making you don't know, the level of things or the depth of things you're sharing. You're exposing our family secrets." The men were just not happy because of the way they were showing up. And they called me. They said, okay, I don't want my wife do this and do this. Oh, your class, your assignments, your tasks you're giving them in class is making them do this, is making them, share so much. And we're not comfortable with that. When I thought about that, when I went back home that day after work, and I said to myself, oh, I can't lose these two people. Why I can't lose them is because, oh, I can't imagine these people who have started to do something for themselves, I can't imagine them going back home, and just depending solely on their husbands, right? So I now said, okay, I made content calendar and I called it a push calendar. I call it a push calendar because the intention is actually to help, make you, resistant to a lot of things that are, opposing your rising, so to say. And I also made it in such a way that it wouldn't even matter that you want to do this particular business. The calendar just helps you mind the business that pays you. It just helps you to be able to, it just gives you what to share that is not in any way going to, you know, influence whatever thing or going to make you tell stories you shouldn't be telling. And I think, most of us, we do not understand that you should actually know the kind of person you're married to, right? And that also influences the kind of content you create. There are a lot of things to put into consideration before you buy a calendar. And that's why when people come and say, I need this calendar, I need this calendar, I get to ask, what do you do? Some people just say, okay, I need this baker's calendar. I'm a baker. I need this baker's calendar. Sometimes I go ahead and ask, tell me your brand story. How did you begin your business? And what are the challenges you had, while you were starting your business? And when you answer that question, it actually helps me know the particular calendar I should give you. Because there are calendars for people who are just, getting to express themselves. Some people say, "Oh, I am an introvert. Okay, I'm introverted, and I cannot, I don't know how to share this. I can't do this." Okay, so there are calendars that help you, just be able to share your message, tell your story, come all out, and do your business and make money. Yeah, gone are the days where people say, "Oh, I'm introverted. I can't do that." And there are also people who need to come out of their shell. You need to come out of that, your comfort zone, so you can be able to maximize your potentials. And the content calendar also does that for you. And how does the calendar do that for you? It tells you literally how to be able to come all out, by fleshing out topics that help you show yourself, topics that help people find out, that the potential that is in you. Yeah, so that's what the content calendar does. So I've talked about the engagement content, the sales content, the entertainment content. That's what I'm talking about right now. So an aspect of the content calendar that specifies entertainment content so well is that there are a lot of us that we do not really, you have not found yourself. You can be creating content, right? You come on social media. Everyone is creating content, right? But not everyone understands to create irresistible content. Yeah, that's what I call it, irresistible content. Have you ever read that kind of content? I remember when I bought your book, Sell. See, I wasn't going to buy that book, right? Because I just felt like, this book is costly. Oh. I can't remember. I think I bought the book 7K plus. I can't remember right now. But I bought that book at the point where I wasn't going to buy the book. But I came online that morning and I saw your content, I saw your content and
I think she has gone off because of I don't know, her stuff is given. But guys, have you enjoyed her session so far? If you have enjoyed this session so far, let me know in the comment section what you have been gaining so far. She'll be back again. Um, she'll be back again. Let me know what you've gained so far before she comes back. What have you gotten as a gain? All right. Okay, so I can see Lotachuku from Anambra. I can see Adewale watching from Zamfara. I see Chamaka watching from Anambra. Fantastic. Okay, she's back. Okay. All right, welcome back, Ma. Go ahead.
thank you. So I came that morning and I bought your book to sell. I wasn't going to buy the book, but I had to buy it because the content was irresistible. I could not help it. I called you, or you know, I went in books and I ordered for the book and I bought it. Right. I bought the book because I could not help, not buying the book because I read your content and I felt like this just has to happen to me. And of course, I had a book I was writing at the time, but I was going to still leave it if I didn't have anything that was going to push me out of that comfort zone. So, what the calendar does for you is to push you into that place where you get to discover yourself. because the entertainment content we're talking about is not coming on social media to shake your, shake your balls and dance and all of that. No, that's not the entertainment content we're talking about. What the entertainment content, does for you is literally to help you find that your place. Okay, like when I want to entertain my audience, like I tell them in class, I tell love stories, and that is my place, right? And the books I'm writing are just in the line of love, right? So you need to be able to find that thing that resonates with you, that thing you can share with your people, that thing that helps you come alive. So the entertainment content does that for you. It's that thing that at the end of the day gets to put money in your purse. Okay, I'm not breaking it down because I break it down in class. Yeah, but an aspect of the entertainment content calendar helps you to be able to discover your place, to be able to know that thing you're going to monetize, right? Yeah, that's also the place for monetization because at the time you have discovered what it is that people are attracted to in you, you're able to find an expression to it. And that is how people begin to come around. Oh, okay, let me get to this person's page because I need to, there's a content I'm missing. Oh, let me see what this person is doing here and all that. So people begin to identify with that thing you're doing. And that's because you have found your place in the entertainment content calendar. Well, yes, you have found your place there and you're beginning to, fine tune things and make people get really aware of what it is you're into. Now, let me dive to inspirational content. I gave a tactic class last week. This particular batch that just passed out, I call them the post-election, batch. The batch happened just around the time we're having the presidential election, and so I called it the post-election batch. I gave a task, and it's an inspirational content, and I said, go and write an inspirational content. Choose your topic, then write to Fin group, write to live group, write to so many other groups and all that. Now, the purpose of this content is okay, help grow your following, okay? Because of course, when you get on groups, people get to follow you. So it's not just gonna end, people following you. You're going to be able to, convert those people, from just being followers to your clients, and you're going to do that with your content, right? So the content they learned in class, we're going to go out and practicalize it, much more like an evangelism, go bring people, now convert them. So that's what we do in class when we talk about inspirational content. Now, when I gave that task to go and write inspirational content, a lot of them went and did, and a woman, just a woman, she did her own. I think her content was 4 or 5 lines or so. And on Saturday, I just woke up to, every blog carrying her story. She talked about how she did her wedding with 30,000 naira and all of that. And so in the Cages blog, every blog and all that. So the inspirational content helps you to be able to express your definite silence. It helps you open up this aspect of yourself that people identify with. It helps you inspire people, and people are looking for inspiration because, of course, people are going through a lot of things. So people are looking for inspiration. When they see that kind of content, they readily absorb it. They identify with it because, oh, this is what we're looking for. It's more like, oh, this is what I should be. So you can't compare that kind of content with, oh, come and buy this, come and buy that. So what the inspirational content does for you is that it makes someone feel at home, on your page. You go write it, or you write it in some group and they come and you begin to graduate them with your audience. Now, see where the content calendar is most important. When people join you and when people follow you, you begin to follow a sequence because already there's something outlined for you to follow. It's not like you're waking up, everyone is now, you're thinking, oh, how do I go about this? How do I go about that? No. The content calendar has an adequate dose of the sales, engagement, entertainment, inspirational, all the content you need to be able to build credibility. There are a good number of companies that have created content for, and I tell them now, when you begin to use the content calendar as a business person, to grow your following, okay, no content writer is going to do a job for you. And that's a secret I'm actually releasing this afternoon. Yeah, because even if someone gets to leave you, the way things happen, and someone says, oh, sir, okay, I can't do this anymore. I have something that I have to get back to, so I have to do that. Nobody does shaka for you. Wherever the person is stopping from, you pick up your content calendar as a business and you begin to, use it. you can begin to use the calendar because it's pretty much very simple. So what do? You go to the content calendar. It just helps you not get stranded as a business person. So this is one reason why you need a content calendar. Nobody does shakara for you. You're hiring a content writer. I tell them, even if I'm creating content for your business and all that, see, I'm not going to do this forever, in as much as the money is beautiful, but I won't do it forever. Sometimes I expect you to be able to, also know what is happening in that business. So if anything happens tomorrow, you can pick up the calendar and begin to use it and help yourself. Yeah. So I think the part I like much more is having to create content calendars for businesses like the immigration business. Okay, these people that see to people who are traveling out and all that, from welcoming them or from telling them why they need to maybe leave Nigeria or leave wherever they are, to go to some other place. It helps you educate the people. It helps you open their eyes, to the things they do not know. It just helps you make them take decision. Yeah, that's what the calendar does. So if you're a business person here and you're not leveraging, the content calendar, you are missing a lot of money. I cannot even begin to count, the clients or the number of companies that have been able to graduate or record good sales because of the content calendar. And this is just because it's not just the content calendar, it's a calendar that has been strategically designed, to be able to woo people and draw them, to do business with you. Yeah, so that's what the content calendar is about. You have your content outlined for you in such a way that it helps you graduate people, from being that person that just comes around and looks at what you're doing, to being the person who now says, where do I get this? Can you send this to me? How much do I pay and how do I pay? Yeah. So if you're looking to grow your business, if you're looking to have that this product of yours sold out, you need a content calendar because the content calendar helps you graduate the people. I'm talking about doing business for close to 3 years without having to say come and buy. The content calendar also gives you a good idea, of how to. What it does is that every day it builds credibility. It helps you build credibility. Okay, today, let's say you just introduce yourself today, or someone now says, who is this person? Okay, the person now, just reads the content and the person passes. Tomorrow, you're telling your brand story. Okay, next tomorrow, you're telling us the pitfalls, in this business, the challenges you have had to face and all of that. Oh, okay. So every day you use the calendar, what you're doing is basically building credibility. Every day you use the calendar, somebody's software begins to build his trust. Somebody's software begins to make up his mind to do business with you. Yeah, that's what the content calendar does. So, because your content validates a customer's decision to buy from you. So, if a customer or a prospect is not reading a good content or a content that is beautifully structured to make him change his mind, that means you're not helping him in any way. And it's very possible for you to just come all the way and, every day you're creating content. It's not just about creating random content, it's about creating persuasive content, irresistible content that buys into the emotions of the people. And this is what the content calendar does for you. I was here last year, December, on a live stream with the Dawn. This is my second time, and I remember by this time, okay, then last year I had, less than 80 calendars then, but now we have over 90 calendars because, of course, the people keep coming, the people keep coming. And of all the calendars, I do not even know the one that is a bestseller because every day you're thinking, okay, let's say today you're thinking, okay, this one is actually selling the most. Or the next day you now get offers and offers and offers and referrals and referrals. So I don't know. I don't know again. I have lost count. I've not been able to, checkmate exactly which is selling the most or the bestseller. And that's because it is meeting the need of the people. I have created 1 year calendars for doctors, for nurses, for engineers, for people that are into hotel business, for a lot of business people I cannot even count. I have lost count. And a particular doctor, well, I just created his calendar and it was his wife that brought it. The wife, I made a cake calendar for her. She actually bakes. And so the husband saw it and was fascinated and was like, okay, can she help me and all that? And of course, you know that being a doctor for some, hospitals, you do not come all out to say, okay, come and do that, come on. So I created that calendar in such a way that, this gynecologist was just basically, educating women. And when he began to do that, he saw the difference in his business and he brought 7 other doctors and the referrals are unending. And this is the way it is for there are people, okay, like barristers or lawyers that, okay, that they don't need to come and say, oh, come and do the project. So the content calendar helps you to be able to drive your point home without, putting it straight away that, oh, come and do this thing, right? So it buys into the emotions of your prospects and gets them to do what you need them to do. It gets them to do your bidding. So if you're a business person, you definitely need the content calendar. Thank you, Dida.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
so I
you.
just made it a lot easier for people. I combined the content calendar with the class this time, and I'm just saying, okay, I began to give it at 2,500. It's still on promo. Yeah, so that's what I have done so that a lot of people can be able to partake of this. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, IJ, for this. I'm going to ask you a question regarding what do you think, for a lot of individuals who are on this live stream. And please, if you're on this live stream right now, you can go ahead and share the live stream, all right? Tap the share button beneath the video so that other
How can you
individuals
hear?
who are doing. So, IJ, I'm going to ask you a question regarding what do you think
Can you
when it
hear me,
has to do.
sir?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello, IJ. Can you hear me?
Oh, your voice is echoing.
I think it's echoing at your end. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I
Hello?
can hear you.
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, so
I can hear you.
what are your thoughts regarding building an audience? All right. So a lot of people who are on social media, many are not thinking in terms of having an audience that really buys from them. What are your thoughts regarding building a social media audience that is quite profitable for you as an individual?
I didn't quite get that.
I'm asking, what are your takes when it has to do with building a profitable social media audience? What are your thoughts on building such an audience, for the benefit of those who are watching us?
Oh, I didn't get your question. Okay, you're asking about my thoughts on building a social media audience with a calendar. Is that what you're asking me?
No, no, not necessarily with the calendar, regarding building a social media audience, all right? What are your takes on it? Is it okay? Is not okay? Why are people not paying attention to building the audience on social media, for themselves?
Oh, network.
Hello, I did you get my question? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's echoing.
So, but did you get my question? Did you get my question, IJ?
Can you hear me?
Maybe I should send it in the private chat. I don't know if you can hear my question. Can you maybe check the private chats?
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Check the private chat so that we can see what I'm asking you.
I think you should.
IJ, can you hear me now? Oh wow. I mean, I don't know what's happening to our phone, to our network. All right, so guys, we've done 44 minutes so far, and IG has been teaching on how you can grow your social media audience using your content calendars, right? So, I don't know if you've got questions. If you have questions, maybe you can put in the comment section. I don't know where she is. The network is it's I've sent her the question as a message. I hope that she gets it. So but if you got questions, please do let me know. Put in the comment section and I'll read out the questions to her, right? Okay. But so far so good. So far so good. How has it been? I mean, have you enjoyed the session so far? Seems an accident happened in my office. Okay, maybe I think IJ is back again. IJ, can you hear me now?
Very well.
Let's go between
Okay, so I was asking you what are your takes when it has to do with building a social media audience that is actually very profitable. For those who are,
health.
what are your takes, on actually building an audience? Is it profitable to do that
Yeah.
or not?
Now, everything now, like, this one sounds nice.
IJ, did you hear me?
Okay, you're asking my thoughts on building a social media audience that is profitable.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Um, we very well understand that there's a difference between building a social media audience and building one which is profitable, right? You're building a social media audience, and the people out there, let's say you're feeding them, you're educating them, you're entertaining them. Okay, you are literally inspiring them, and every day you're showing up and dishing your content, and the people are gaining from you, right? Now, building your social media becomes really profitable when you are making money. And that's the truth. If you want to build a profitable social media, you have to think of monetization. You cannot be, making profits without thinking of monetization and getting money from the people you're serving. As long as you're serving them, a lot of people have this challenge with them. They do not really understand when to introduce a business. Or let's say there's a way people read you and they have read you for a long time, they're enjoying you, they are basking in your content and all of that. And so you now begin to feel guilty as a vendor or a business person because you're like, these people that have been drawing from this well, how will I now wake up all of a sudden and I'm saying, okay, come and pay this thing, come and pay that thing. I had this, experience with this lady. We started business just around the same time, and we actually, collaborated and we held a class. She was going to teach the people on how to be able to choose their career path, and I was going to, teach on content creation. So she has the following. She still has the following, and she gathered the people because then I was just new. The only thing I had was vision. I knew what I wanted to do, but of course, I needed to leverage on something. I needed to, liaise. I needed to connect with people who know how to, do these things, so I can be able to learn, and at the same time, I can be able to, just have some people from their audience too. There's such a thing as connecting with people so you can also draw from their well, right? Because if you're a business person, you should be thinking of how to, collaborate with people and get what you also want. So she called those people together because I couldn't do that because I didn't really know anyone. So she did the, bringing together of the people, and we held a class. And when we held the class, it was just a lead, and they came in their normal numbers, and we held the class, and it was a free class. They didn't pay nothing. And after the class, I introduced the paid aspect of my class. And these people paid. And when it got to the point where she needed to, introduce the paid aspect of her class, she couldn't do it. I was like, why? She couldn't do it, and she felt like she was sinning. Do you understand? She was like, I don't know. I don't think this is the right time to do this. See, when you want to make money, you have to be able to detach emotions. Now, I am not talking from the Igbo bit point of view, right? I am talking from the common sense point of view. You're giving to these people, you're not selling things to them, you're building them up, you're creating content that are valuable to them, and they are also making money, from the knowledge you're dishing out. So it doesn't hurt for you to also be able to monetize what you're doing. So if you want to build a profitable social media, you have to be able to come to that point where these people are also paying for the service you are rendering them. So how do you build a profitable social media? Oh, the done is the done. He has got all of it. So that's what I think. I think that if it has to be profitable, then there has to be something you're also getting from these people. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much, IG. I think there's a question here. The person is asking Lotachuku, how do we prepare the content calendar? The basics, though.
How you prepare a content calendar
Yeah, she's asking for the basics.
of the content calendar. Okay, if you want to prepare the content calendar, you have to come to class to prepare the content calendar, because in class, there's a part of the class where I teach how to prepare the content calendar. So you're literally asking for something I charge for. So I will do that in class when you come.
All right. So thank you so much, IJ, for this session. We've done 52 minutes. I'm so excited and glad that you accepted to be part of the session. Thank you to everyone who joined in live. Thank you. If you have not shared the live stream, please just tap the share button beneath the screen of the video of this live stream so that you can share the live stream on your timeline so that other people can also enjoy what we have enjoyed. All right. So IJ, if there are any final words to share with us on the live stream before we call it a day.
Okay, I am literally giving the content calendar at the 50%. And that's going to run from now till the 26th of this month. So, and you're not just getting the calendar, you're also getting the class. You're getting to learn how to create the content from, even if you're just someone who joined online business, you can learn how to create your and create your content and have the content calendar alongside, and you're having that at 2,500 naira. So my last words, you want things to work out for you in your business. No, you have to be able to show full working. Yeah, you have to be able to show full working. You want to be able to create content, you have to learn it. You want to be able to grow your social media, you have to subject yourself to learning as well. So in as much as you're wishing for a lot of things, you have to come to that place where you call yourself for a meeting and say, okay, you flesh it all out. I am going to do this, I am going to do that, I am going to do that. You now put your workings and get them done. So that's it.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, IJ. I look forward to individuals being part of your sessions so that they can understand how to create the content calendar that can help them in their businesses. Thank you so much for the discount that you've given. And this is me thanking everybody who tuned in for this session and who have been here ever since we started on this session. Thank you for being here, and I do hope that IJ has been a blessing to you regarding creating your content calendars that can help you to build a profitable social media audience. Okay, so thank you, IJ, for coming on live with me, despite the challenges that you've got regarding network and your job also. But thank you so much. I'm indeed very grateful. Okay. All right, guys. So this is me saying thank you to everyone that tuned in. Tomorrow is another great session, bringing another personality to be with us to share during the session and another aspect of how you can grow your social media audience. Okay. God bless everyone that tuned in. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for another impactful session. Take care and have a beautiful day.